Well, this is far from the episode I was expecting to be introducing today because we finished the week with a bit of a strange one, a surprisingly hectic finish to the transfer window that maybe has not worked out quite as well as I'd planned, some surprise signings and departures, and more importantly, we're back for the planned game against Mold Alex, who came up with us in the first season in that epic title race, and we might have another one because they go into this game as the table toppers in the Welsh Premier League. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 24 of this FM26 Build a Nation story, the Rhyl rebuild with me, Daniel. We are back today to face, well, the league leaders Mold Alex, who continue to show how strong that first season JD North was. That is a battle of first v seconds before we go to the team that came up last year, Llandudno, who are also doing well in mid-table as well. We're level 1 point behind with TNS after an interesting start to the season across the board, and there has been a lot of transfer work since you were last with me that we've got to get through today. I have gone down the experience route, and it maybe hasn't worked out so far as they still settle into the club. If you're looking forward to seeing who we've got and how they're going to play today, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. But let's start, before we get into all the fixture stuff, with some important transfer news, because it has been a very busy finish to the window. If we go to the transfer history, we have had 3 players out on deadline day, and we have had a number of players come in, which has been pretty interesting, including one in this little loan window last week. There are going to be more outs as well, so we'll talk about them shortly, but let's have a look at the players that have left the club. Matty Sr. threw his toys out the pram midway through the last episode. He was offered a loan deal, as were a few others, by clubs within the nation. And Matty Sr. has gone to Holyhead Hotspur, where he's doing well in the second tier. It's annoying because he is the one player at the moment who is homegrown at the club, so gives us an extra place in the European qualifying squad. But he's decided he's leaving at the end of his contract, which we can't do much about. The other two, Matteo Spinelli has moved on to our new feeder club, Buckley Town, who are in the JD North. They've actually got a lot worse since he got there. But Matteo Spinelli, he's become our third choice keeper now. So I wanted to get him a season of loan football because he's rated a lot better than Hunter in terms of potential. And our new goalkeeper's better than Hunter. So I thought I'd rather let Hunter rot as the backup keeper than Spinelli. He's gone out and he's actually improving really well, having played in 3 games already in a JD North. And in the final one, Daniel Brony Phillips has gone on loan to Newport City. And I think, are they in the top tier now? No, they're not. They're in the south. They're third place there. Brony Phillips, again, he just needs football. And having been able to get about our 5th choice player in holding midfield, I felt it was a good deal to loan him out. I didn't expect what was going to happen a week later, though, which we'll get to in a moment. So they're the transfers that have gone out already. But another one that may be leaving on loan soon, which is an interesting deal, is Hamza Ahmed. Because, spoiler alert, I've signed another striker. And there are a lot of second-tier clubs that want his services. Now, I was going to keep him, so I still had the second under-19 on the bench. But once I'd seen that Spinelli and Brony Phillips were improving so quickly from playing every week, Hamza Ahmed, his attitude's got a little better working in a mentoring group. I thought, why not give him a go? And it's a worry because he is actually my top scoring striker in the league this year. 3 goals in 6 sub-appearances, scored 4 in Europe as well. But I want him to reach his potential. And as you can see, his potential ability since we've made new signings has drifted massively. So he's not the player that we thought he was in terms of his ceiling. But what we can do by loaning him out is give him a great CV of Welsh League football where he does well, make him a player that can compete at the top tier level, and then maybe give him to one of the other clubs in the nation to help them out along the road. Because what would be a 2.5, 3-star striker for us would be a very good Welsh Premier League player. So I'm going to take a bit of a gamble on that. And then it's only the end of September. We can pull him back in January if need be, and then improve him through training the second half of the year. There's a couple of players that our assistant and director of football's trying to sign, but we're probably not going to do those deals, even though former podcast guest Gail Bigger-Romana is one of them. Sorry, Gail, I don't think today's your day. Let's go and have a look at the other few that we brought into the club, though, because I have gone experience at the end of the window. On deadline day, we brought in Dan Creaney, former Tamworth striker who, to be fair, has scored plenty of goals at National League level even up to last season. He's a 33-year-old target man. He's a really good player. He's 6'2", likes to hold the ball up. He has scored a couple of goals now after getting up to fitness, which was the big problem. but he's such an improvement on Bolton. If we can keep him fit for the year, he's going to be a superstar. It's taken him a little while to get going, but now he's nearly up to full speed. I think we'll start to see the best of him. And this stage of the season is when that could be crucial. He's also got good natural fitness, which helps us out for now. He's joined at the other end of the pitch by Melvin Minter, whose early spell at the club and his settling in period has been harmed by a couple of little knocks, but a clean sheet and only letting 3 and 4 games. And again, a huge upgrade on what we had. And more importantly, fairly professional personality. So he's here for 2 years. Second year, even if we get a better keeper, he'll be a great lead for the mentoring group and we can move Hunter on. All of these players on $250 a week or less, really showing signs for the future here. Likes to rush out, maybe as a sweeper keeper in the future, I don't know. But overall, really good. Tall, good in the air, positioning's great. He's got the lot. At 32, an experienced keeper. Again, plenty of football, National League North level last year. Someone that I'm really a fan of. So he is into the club as our number 1. Then our third one was not my first choice signing, but Jack Evans comes in from Hayes and Yedding. He's a 29-year-old Welsh midfielder. Again, a fairly professional personality. He wasn't as good as the one we tried to get, who I'll show you quickly now. The player we'd intended to get was Jack Hunter from Altrincham, who was more versatile, same age, resolute personality, and just a bit better overall. But unfortunately, he picked Altrincham and a pay-as-you-play deal. But we'll keep an eye on that for next year. I wouldn't rule out a second go for him. But Jack Evans is pretty good at what he does. Couple of appearances so far. Again, still building up his fitness. But with Dakin and with Brennan, that's 3 really good players in that position. However, it's not 4, because Cadarn Taylor has been recalled by Connors Key for not playing enough football, makes them stronger, doesn't really help us, but one of those unfortunate things. We were trying to improve him in the mentoring group before we played him regularly, and Connors Key wanted him to play more football, so there he goes. The last one we've got in last week is mainly just to fill the under-19 slots on the bench when Hamza Ahmed moves on, and that man is Ben Conway, someone we've chased for years, since he came through at Ruffin Town. Again, mainly so we can work on him from a mentoring point of view. He's not a great player, and he still won't join us permanently, but he comes in on loan. We're paying all of his wages, which will help Ruffin out, and they've got a lot of good young players. So he comes into the club, still got good determination, and versatile to play anywhere in the back 4. So him and Bissix, good sub-defenders to have in that regard. So those are the transfers that we've done, probably more than you or I was expecting at that point, but some good players cropped up and I wanted to have a go. With TNS in the European group stages this year, I felt like it was a chance for us to win. And you know what? TNS are level with us. They've not lost any games since playing us, but they've drawn an awful lot. One game they have won, though, is remarkably away at AIK in Sweden. They're a team that have got players like Selena who have played loads of matches in the EFL. And they got a 2-1 victory there. It's harmed them in a lot of their other fixtures. They've run out of steam late in games. You can see ahead, let in an equaliser. Struggled to a 0-0 against Newtown. But they've done well overall. And they've also signed quite big, which is something that we questioned at the start. TNS on deadline day got in 3 or 4 players for good money, whether it's wages or transfer. Adam Brett from Chester looks a real step up front. Really good physical attributes, a young player and Welsh. And they're bringing him back to the nation at the young age, which is an incredible effort. Tony again was released from a Premier League club, got a good personality and looks really solid. Over $2,000 a week on wages as well. And Scott Tanzer at the other end of the experience scale on loan from Dundee. Yes, probably past his prime now, but still physically good enough. And technically a level up from anything we've got at this level. So second half of the year they will be stronger, but they're still competing despite the Thursday night football. And the fact they've won that Conference League game, with the Gibraltar side to come next at home, or sorry, third away from home, if they can win that, they might get through, which would be remarkable. A brilliant effort from them. But before we go and get into our game today, let me show you very quickly the form we've been in, because it has been a mixed bag to say the least. You were with me as we beat TNS and beat Newtown. After that, we won 3-0 at Guilsfield. It was all looking good. Lafondra, Brennan and Farkey all got themselves a goal. Then a frustrating 1-1 draw at home to Bala Town, where actually the game crashed when I went in to look at a replay. And then I had to play the game for about an hour and a half again to make sure we dropped points again and replicate the scorelines for the other clubs as well. Kieran Petrie saving us a point this time. It's a shame because in the original one, Jack Evans had set up the goal and had a really good start, but not to be on this occasion. We then lost 2-1 away at Flint Town United. Hamza Ahmed, a bit of a hero off the bench again, but didn't quite do enough this time. Mikey O'Neill also picked up an injury, which has kept him out ever since. His replacement, Jack Parry, though, was the superstar next time. A 5-1 victory against Barry Town, who were top at the time. He got 2 of them. Dan Creaney got off the mark with 2. He's also a better penalty taker than everyone else. Petrie got 1 as well. And then at Cambrian United last time, a frustrating 1-1 draw. The second time this season, we've conceded a stoppage time equaliser. Harry Dakin looked to have got us the victory, and we threw it away late on. But a new look defence this year. 3 of the back 5 are brand new, as are 1 of the holding midfielders. It's going to take a while before we're rock solid again. We come up against Mold Alex today, though, a side that are, well, very strong normally against us. They play a very different way, and we struggle with it. And this is the team that we've got going into it. We have had to change the bench a little and put Jack Scott in from the youth team because we're running out of attacking midfielders. I've dropped Petrie out because he struggled physically a bit. Richards has had injuries. We've obviously got O'Neill out still. Minter is just back from the last game. It's just been a bit of a frustrating season where we've not had consistency in the team. But this is the 11. It is Minter in goal. You'll see him on camera for the first time. The back 4, we're persistent with Stanley, Fisher, Farke and Calder. In midfield, we've got Brennan and Dakin. And then going forward, it is Richards in on the right, Lafondra on the left, and Jack Parry still in the team behind Dan Creaney, the new target man. Seb Bolton is on the bench. He had a little knock before as well. So we've got another option if Creaney doesn't perform. Jack Evans is also there, as is Bissix the youngster. So let's go and get into it. Mold Alex at home. Will they keep all the ball again? And will we be able to break them down? Let's go and find out. Well, 3 changes for the league leaders. We've seen Wilkins and Jeffers score against us before, so we'll keep an eye on them. We have got everyone in action across the league today, so it'll be interesting to see how they all get on. And we're going to tell the boys to make a difference as we go through to the first half. 4-2-3-1, but we know Mold Alex are going to go for possession. We're getting warnings to close down Wilkins. Will we get more than the customary 10 seconds here? We got surprised in both of the last 2 games, didn't we? Not this time. Mold Alex already getting on the ball. It's 0-0 with 5 minutes gone. But we are back with the visitors on the corner. They are the league leaders here, don't forget. Imagine if in the 3rd season, there's a title race between 2 teams that got promoted 2 years before. As here it is with Giver on the edge. Finds Willow. Oh, it's off the post. Minter beaten by it. And we just about escape as Rhyl gets down the right-hand side. Mold Alex causing us trouble again. I love the fact that they play a completely different way to everyone else, even though it's causing us chaos. Colwyn Bay ahead in their game. TNS still 0-0. They're the ones to watch out for now. And whether the likes of Pennybont and Connors Key can start to lift themselves up the table. Well, corner kick for us. And as you can see in the top left there, TNS ahead. And one of those new boys has scored it. As Calder puts a corner in. Dropped by the keeper. Oh, we needed that. Goalkeeping error. And yes, that's partly our tactic. We've adjusted from the corners now to get 2 players surrounding the keeper. Just to try and force mistakes from lower level ones. And that has worked an absolute treat. It's not the best corner from Calder. But you can see there, 2 of them jump up with him. It's Farke and it's Fisher, the 2 big centre halves. And it's caused chaos. Fisher gets the goal. We're 1-0 up. And to be honest, with TNS winning as well, we probably need that, despite less than 30% of the ball. Well, into 1 minute of first half stoppage time, and we've got a free kick in a dangerous position. It would be a brilliant time to score a second. Lafondra to the back post. The keeper does well this time. And it is going to be 1-0 at the break. As it stands, both us and TNS getting ourselves at the top again. And Mold Alex have caused us less trouble than normal. They've had as much of the ball, but defensively we've looked really good. Happy with the display so far. We brought Richards on in the right-hand side. He's doing really well. So let's see if we can reflect that in the second half and produce it again. Hopefully this time as well, if we see a Rabona, I'll actually remember to say Rabona instead of Panenka. We'll see this time, won't we? Into the second half. Are we just going to get the 10 seconds? We've been vulnerable at times this year, but not today. Let's get the latest scores up and get ourselves settled in for the ride here. As Rhodes on the left-hand side finds Seam. We know they're going to have spells of possession like this. It's just whether we can keep them at arm's length. As Rhyl plays the ball over halfway. Willow goes wide. Jeffers finds Gear. We mentioned we've not been as solid at the back this year. They've got a chance to work it in. It's good footwork from the winger. Good effort at goal as well. I think Minter had it covered. A little bit of a warning sign, but if they're shooting from there, it's going to take something special to beat us, which I can handle. Well, the pressure's on now. You can see at the top left, TNS have got their second, and we're trying to do the same as Stanley gets down the right. Good ball to the back post, but Lafondra loses out. Falls for Calder. We know he can cross it. Into the back stick again. Away, and now they can counter. They go long downfield, but Jeffers is able to get there before Farke. He's into the box, goes for the shot, which deflects. And it's really safe hands from Minter. Good work from him. We're going to look at adjustments soon because there's a few tired legs out there. Parry struggling, but there's no real other senior option in that position. At the moment, despite the odds scare, we're still doing all right. An hour gone, it stays 1-0. Well, this is where we've got the decision to make because 25 to go and Richards is really struggling physically. So he's going to be replaced by Petrie. Creaney's not having a great game again, so Seb Bolton will come in up front. And then what else do I do? I've not got the opportunity to take Alexandra off because there's not another wide man there. I'm going to take Parry off for Scott the youngster because there's nothing else I can do in that position. And then we might just save the last two. I'll probably do Baldwin for Stanley soon because he normally runs out of steam. We're still working on that endurance in training. With TNS winning comfortably, we probably need to hold on here. Connors Key, Penny Bunk, Colin Bay, they're all starting to win now. So let's go and make the last two changes. You can see Dakin struggling as well, as is Alexandra, but I've got no option. So it'll be Baldwin and it'll be Evans on. But let's get through this first, as Alexandra finds Dakin. A second goal would make it a lot more comfortable. And Scott tries to break away the youngster, finds Seb Bolton, who holds up for Dakin. It's always the warning, isn't it? If you try and replace Seb Bolton, you get in trouble. Though Scott gets behind the youngster. It's a good run. Not quite got the finishing touch, though. Technically, he's not at the same level as some of the others. Again, though, we want to build the player for the nation. As Hammond gets the ball at the back, it peters out. Let's make the subs. Stanley off for Baldwin. Evans on for Dakin. And we'll just switch those two round, I think. Brennan's better in the other role, but Dakin can't really do the defensive one. 10 to go. We're 1-0 up still. It's been a really good performance. Probably our best against Mold Alex over the years. But it's only 1-0. And with 5 to go, that worries me. It could be the chance, though, in a battle of physical v technical, to get another from a set piece to see it out. Will it be the goalkeeping error that wins it? Or can Alexandra produce more? Into Petrie at the front post. And it's Fisher again. The centre-halves haven't actually scored many in this year's game. But Charlie Fisher have popped up with a brace at the time it matters most. I'm not going to complain about that. I've got far post corner set, so I've no idea why it snuck in at the near post there. Petrie's header was flicked away by the keeper. And Fisher is able to tap in again. A brilliant poacher's display from the centre-half. And enough to keep us level with TNS, who have now got a third goal. It's starting to take a familiar look, the Welsh Premier League now, isn't it? A 2-0 victory, no doubt who man of the match is. And that against Mold Alex is probably one of our best displays against them. Well done, boys. Comprehensive as it gets. Now into the second one against Llandudno. We're on the road. We have had our troubles this season. Well, we return for this one with Mikey O'Neill failing a fitness test. So it will be the same squad we're going into this game with. Let's have a look at what we can put out because you can see Fisher, the hero of the last game. Zach Brennan, also unavailable due to fatigue, and Alexandra as well. We might end up putting some of them back in. We'll wait and see. Petrie is going to come into the 11 with Richard switching to the other side. We're going to bring Evans in holding midfield. That's a natural substitution. And we're also at centre-half. I've either got Bissix or Ali. All of them are left-footed, which I've kind of had as a bit of an oversight, that 3 of them are left-footed out of the 4. I think for this game, we will bring Ali in. The experience counts for this one. He's not rated any better than Bissix. Maybe I should just play him. I don't know. I'm not sure what the best decision is. I'm going for experience on this one. On the bench, we will put Brennan because he'll count as an under-19, and that means we can drop Scott off the bench. I know we're light of attacking options. I'm still going to go for Alexandra ahead of Kawanda because Kawanda's doing the scouting at the minute. And then as the other option, I have no idea. O'Neill's not fit. Conway, we don't need another defender. So it might be Kawanda as well. I think he's going to come on the bench too. And then depending on whether we're chasing or winning the game, we can bring on different players. So that is our squad for this one. We've made 3 changes, all enforced due to fatigue. And the rest of it just stays the same. I know Creaney's not in form, but he'll get there. He's almost fully fit now, and Jack Parry is the only option as the number 10. You can see Hamza Ahmed has now left the club. He's gone on loan to Holywell Town, one of the favourites for the North. And they said he's going to be an important player, so we'll watch that with keen interest. Well, you do really notice the difference with a depleted squad when you're playing every 3 days, don't you? Llandudno, I've got a few names I've heard of in there. Mason McLean, we've been linked with before. Alex Boss has always popped up in these saves. Otherwise, 4 changes. They're freshening it up too. What are we going to do? This is a game we should be winning. Let's tell the boys that. No reaction from most of them. We're just trying to get them on board. It's not quite happening for us yet. We've got a couple motivated. Let's get into the first half. I've not seen who TNS have got yet. We'll have a look in a minute. But that'll be an interesting one as well. Playing 3 games in a week. As Bryant goes back to the centre half, it peters out there. TNS are away at Bala, so they've had a couple of heavy defeats this year. Be interesting to see how that one goes, and whether the others can find consistency now, as Colwyn Bay seem to be doing. Well, half an hour gone, it's been very quiet so far, but both TNS and Mold Alex are already ahead, so this could become a very surprising three-pronged title race with Mold Alex getting into the mix, and the way they play, I think that would suit the long term of this save, as Richards gets it on the left from Dakin. Now can we do the same as Richards to the byline, across the box, Creaney's there, it deflects off him, then the defender. It's been given as an own goal, which is actually a bit of a shame, because Creaney could do with a confidence boost. But Richards causing a bit of trouble down the left, not his natural side, but doing a job for us. We're going to really miss Petrie next year as well. It's not been a thrilling game to watch, but we'll take it. Richards to the byline. Let's just see how this went in. Off the defender. So one defender cleared it onto Creaney. It bounced off Creaney and hit Golding and then went into the net. You don't see that every day. 10 minutes to the break though. We're 1-0 up away at a solid side that have come up. And with TNS and Mold Alex doing the same, we need to make sure we keep it this way. Ironically here, as we approach the break, TNS have conceded, and you can see that we've actually been outplayed for the most part, although TNS have scored again. They're now 2-1 up. Calder's got the corner. What can we do at the back post? Farkey's up. Creaney's up. Just away. Mo Ali there on the rebound. Almost gets it in. Would have been a great scorer if he'd scored. Probably his last year with us. But I do love him as a mentoring group lead, as Brian breaks away. Down the left-hand side he goes. Not able to make anything of it though, and at half-time, we're all leading. There are 2 points separating the top four. Then there's a big gap. But Colwyn Bay are flying, as a few of you predicted in the comments. And Mold Alex are right up there too. Let's go and talk to the boys. See if we can find another gear. Again, Stanley's not going to do 90 minutes. Richards probably the same. But the options on the bench are dwindling, aren't they? Let's see what the second half brings. Will we just get the 10 seconds again? Hopefully we will. I'd kind of like this to just calmly drift into a 1-0 win. And if the others do the same, then what a title race we've got on. Well, TNS have got a third, so weirdly, we're going to be the side that's drifting on the goal difference front this year. And actually, you can see a couple of our boys are both really tired already. So with 25 to go, we're going to make those changes. Baldwin at right back is the usual one. We're also going to do Richards for, do I go Coanda or Lafondra? I think I'm going to go for Lafondra here. Creaney's going to come off for Seb Bolton. We're going to have to leave Petrie on for 90. Evans hasn't had the best game, but he's fit, so I might leave it for now. And again, I'm tempted at left centre half, but I'm not going to do it just yet. There are 25 minutes remaining. It's an awkward stage, this, but Lafondra's got a corner kick, and we can make it a bit more comfortable if we score from this one. To the back post it goes. Oh, who's up? Is it a penalty? It is. Was the physio? There's a physio on the pitch there. What's going on? Llandudno have made changes, and now it's just after Creaney's come off, of course. So Evans, who is the second best penalty taker, will now be on it. We just waited a couple more minutes. Evans sends the keeper the wrong way. I don't care who takes it if they score. Really important finish. 2-0 from the spot. And with a quarter of the game to go and a jumbo jet apparently overhead, we look like we're going to wrap this up. Well, 15 remaining. It looks like job pretty much done. So I'm actually just going to protect people now. I'm going to change the left half of the defence. So Muscat will come on and Bissix will come on. And we'll bring Mo Ali to the left side of the back two there. Good chance for the youngsters to get on. Good professionals at the club, or semi-professionals at least. And also a chance for us to rest the other two in a game where, second half in particular, we've not really come under threat. Of course, we could have taken Dakin, but we'll have Brennan and Evans for the next match. It's starting to become a tough juggling act now, though, as Baldwin gets the ball to Petrie. Over the top towards Seb Bolton, who's not scored himself for a while since coming back from injury. Petrie to the byline note, and there's 4 in the middle. He's also got an option behind as Petrie goes alone. That's greedy. You've got to play it back from there. Him and Lafondra are a bit greedier than the others at times. It's cleared away to Boss, who might make something happen here. Down the right-hand side he goes. Thankfully, it comes to nothing. It's turning into a very interesting battle at the top. TNS, Colwyn Bay, Mold Alex all winning. And we're doing exactly the same. What a night it's been. But a 2-0 victory is comfortable enough. We're into stoppage time. There's 4 minutes of it. And Patterson is the man in possession at the back. And don't forget, next episode, we've got TNS again. And it'll probably be after a European game, which might make things interesting. As Lafondra nicks the ball back, can we counter and get a third? Can we get Seb Bolton back on the score sheet? Lafondra will probably go alone here. Into the box he goes. Through 1-on-1. Came under pressure at the last minute. Put it over the bar. It stays 2. That's a shame. It's a very good win. The others have all held on by the looks of it too. and we win back-to-back games. We'll take that. It's a really good performance. And to be honest, what a top of the table we've got here. This looks like being a really exciting season. You'd still expect TNS to win it because they're in the mix despite the fact they've got the European fixtures. After Christmas, you'd expect them to come good. But Mold Alex and Colwyn Bay are making this a proper 4-horse race. And that's something that's very exciting to see. A 2-0 victory for us. We've gone for our first continental signing, which has been rejected, unfortunately. Randomly popped up via an intermediary. But let's go and have a look at the fixture schedule because we finished September and move into October. Well, next time we'll finish October and move into November. The big one against TNS, and maybe even Noah Daly will be back for that. That'd be a massive boost for our football club. It's our busiest month. We've still got O'Neill and Daly out injured. We're going to have a lot of fatigue. This is going to be a real test. We'll play the last 2 of them. Yes, both at home, but Pennybont and the New Saints, the other sides in the top 3 last year. And Pennybont did get something off us on the opening day. We'll see how that goes, but if you enjoyed this one, 2 pretty solid victories in the end and a cracking title race developing in Wales, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. If you want to make sure you stay up to date with everything as we return next week for the usual Monday to Friday episodes, and please do subscribe and turn that notification bell on. By now, we should have had a first look at Cricket 26. Please check that video out with the new manager career mode up in the eye above. And if it's good, we'll be starting a series with it tomorrow. Fingers crossed it was, as I'm recording this in advance. There's also plenty of action over on Twitch. We've got another special coming from FM26 with a one-off guide on Sunday. But for now, thank you very much for watching. What a Welsh Premier League table we've got at the top here. This is going to be a cracking season, I think. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it unfolds. I'll see you again on Monday as we return what should be a big middle period of this 3rd season. I'll see you there.